Chordates are members of the phylum Chordata, animals possessing a notochord, a hollow dorsal nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, an endostyle, and a postanal tail for at least some period of their life cycles. The phylum includes the subphylum Vertebrata, including mammals, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, Tunicata, including salps and sea squirts, and Chordata. Chordates form a phylum of creatures that are based on a bilateral body plan and is defined by having at some stage in their lives all of the following. A notochord, in other words, a fairly stiff rod of cartilage that extends along the inside of the body. Among the vertebrate subgroup of chordates, the notochord develops into the spine and is wholly aquatic species. This helps the animal to swim by flexing its tail. A dorsal neural tube in fish and other vertebrates that develops into the spinal cord, the main communications trunk of the nervous system. Pharyngeal slits. The pharynx is the part of the throat immediately behind the mouth. In fish, the slits are modified to form gills, but in some other chordates, they are part of the filter feeding system that extracts particles of food from the water in which the animals live. Postanal tail. A muscular tail that extends backwards behind the anus. An endostyle. This is a groove in the ventral wall of the pharynx. In filter-feeding species, it produces mucus to gather food particles, which helps its transporting to food to the esophagus. It also stores iodine and may be a precursor of the vertebrate thyroid gland. There are more than 75,000 living species of chordates, about half of which are bony fish. Both the world's largest and fastest animal, the blue whale, and the peregrine falcon, respectively, are chordates, as are humans. Although the name Chordata is often attributed to William Bateson, it was already in use by 1880. Ernest Haeckel described a taxon comprising tunicates, cephalochordates, and vertebrates in 1866. Class Agnatha, the first class in the subphylum Vertebrata, consists of marine animals apparently similar to fish but with some very noticeable differences. All agnathans are marine, and the larvae use their gills to trap food particles, similar to the feeding method of lancelets and tunicates, suggesting that agnathans are the closest vertebrate relatives of the invertebrate chordates. They have a slender, eel-shaped body with 7 external gill openings and no paired fins. The skeleton is composed of cartilage, and the notochord only persists in the adult. The adults also have no digestive system in their stomachs.
Ready when you are.
Class Aves is the birds. It is thought that birds are descended from dinosaurs, as evidenced in part by the scales on their feet. Also, feathers are modified scales. A key characteristic of birds is that they have feathers. Birds' bones are lightweight for flight. Birds are endothermic. That is, they control their body temperature from within. Birds' vision is the best of all vertebrates. Soaring hawks can spot small mice scrambling through the grass in a field far below them. Birds have shelled eggs and so must have internal fertilization. The egg must be fertilized before the hen's reproductive tract secretes an eggshell. Generally, mating is accompanied by an elaborate courtship ritual. Eggs and often young birds are more exothermic, are not able to control their body temperatures from within, and so must be brooded/incubated by parents. Class Amphibia includes salamanders, frogs, and toads with approximately 3,900 species. Being tetrapods, they facilitate moving about on land with 4 limbs. These limbs evolved from the pectoral and pelvic fins. Their skin is soft, thin, and glandular, and matted. They lack scales except in caecilians. The skin of the caecilians has scales that are similar to those of fish. They are ectothermic. They are both gill and lung breathers. They usually only have gills in the larval stage, replaced by lungs in the adult. They have a 3-chambered heart with 2 atria and 1 ventricle. The class Mammalia includes about 5,000 species placed in 26 orders. All mammals share at least 3 characteristics not found in other animals: 3 middle ear bones, hair, and the production of milk by modified sweat glands called mammary glands. Mammalian hair is present in all mammals at some point in their development. Hair has several functions including insulation, color patterning, and aiding in the sense of touch. All female mammals produce milk from their mammary glands in order to nourish newborn offspring. Thus, female mammals invest a great deal of energy caring for each of their offspring, a situation which has important ramifications in many aspects of mammalian evolution, ecology, and behavior. Mammalia contains a vast diversity of forms. The smallest mammal are found among the shrews and bats and can weigh as little as 3 grams. The largest mammal, and indeed the largest animal to ever inhabit the planet, is the blue whale, which can weigh 160 metric tons. Mammals can be found on all continents and all oceans and on many oceanic islands of the world.